So you may be wondering why Joy and I are climbing this mountain with boxes. And what's in those boxes? What's at the top of this mountain? Let me tell you, the future of 100 children depend on those boxes. But to explain what might look like total nonsense to you right now, let me tell you a story about a little girl. A few months ago, Joy shared with me the heartbreaking news about this little girl and her uncle who lost their house due to a typhoon. My initial reaction was, well, can't we help them rebuild their bamboo house? I mean, it would only cost a couple $100, right? And while we're there, can't we just rebuild someone else's house too? What can we do to help them? You know, I've been really motivated since traveling to the Philippines because everywhere I look, I keep discovering more poverty than I could ever imagine. And really, the kids, it literally just breaks my heart every time I see it. I mean, these kids are stuck in poverty and there's nothing they can do to get out of it. It wasn't their fault. And even though I don't have much money, I keep thinking to myself, there's gotta be a way I can help at least one person on this trip, right? I also know that this is Joy's dream, to help children. She's always had a heart for helping the people in her community. And every time she sees children on the street, she wants to help them, give them food and give them money. But after discussing it with Joy, I came to the realization that it was a lot more complicated than I thought. I can't just show up and help build someone's house. Like, there's logistics and there's concerns and there's family problems. Ooh. But we still wanted to help someone, somehow, on this trip. And so I asked Joy, because of course she has a heart for kids. I said, is there a kid that we could help on this trip? Like give them clothes or food or something?
Yeah, I asked the teacher that we wanted to help some kids and what he can suggest to us to give to the kids. And he said school supply for the kids because there's a lot of students that they don't have school supply.
And how many kids are we talking about then?
He said he has 40 kids that needs help.
Help 40 kids? Yeah, definitely. I mean, how much can school supplies cost? Now let's pause that just a little bit to talk about financial stuff. Because what Joy and I wanted to do was fund this mission from this YouTube channel, 100%. But for this first mission, we didn't have enough money from YouTube. So we were looking and we ended up finding a generous donor who afforded us the budget to help these kids on this first mission. It was really exciting. So with our new budget in place, we set out to buy as many school supplies as we could. The workers at the store were excited and eager to help. There were like 5 people that worked with us for about an hour to pack up all the boxes and supplies, and they were super happy about it. But now, how are we going to get all these supplies to Hinabon? On a bus? Rent a car? A driver? We didn't quite have it figured out, but all of a sudden Joy got a call. It was her brother. They're in Dumaguete delivering fish. They can take the supplies home with them. Everyone was excited to see us, and the giant mountain of school supplies was already there, taking up a lot of space in their small bamboo house. Food and drinks were shared, karaoke was sung, and the next morning Joy rallied her brothers to start organizing the supplies.
Smile, pogi. Papogi. Iya. Sige. Lapit. Iya. Lapit. 1, 2, 3.
Here, Aisa, Abigail.
Well, kids are going crazy. Teachers are going crazy too. Everyone's getting school supplies. It's a massive chaos, and I don't understand anything anyone's saying. So I think it's a success. But wait, what does this all have to do with climbing a mountain at the beginning of this video? Well, what I didn't tell you is when we were planning for this first school, Joy got contacted by another teacher who said, hey, if you really want to help some kids who have absolutely nothing, there's a little mountain school up in the hills that's a 3-hour hike away from any village. You can't get there by motorcycles yet. They haven't built a road yet. And this little school has a bunch of kids in it that literally have nothing. It's a little after 5 a.m. and everybody's awake. We're having breakfast and we're getting ready to go. Getting ready to pack up and head up the mountain. Now, to my surprise, most of Joy's family and a bunch of her friends wanted to hike with us, and they were super excited about it. Nobody complained. It was like an opportunity for them to help and serve and help these kids who have nothing. So we just started out, but it's already, it doesn't even appear like a road. First break and the beautiful sunrise. Some of these kids have to walk for 2 hours to get to school every day, and then 2 hours back home. And the conditions for some of these kids can be so tough for them and their families that a lot of these kids don't even finish their education. Well, we've been hiking for about 2.5 hours. Everyone's telling me to not drink water because I'll pass out and die. Perfect little place for a break. Shoelaces, oh no. Wrong place to have my shoelaces come untied. Oh, thank you. So the locals who come and teach up at this school hike up this on Monday, this 3-hour hike, so that they can teach at this school, and they stay up there in the town, and then they hike back down the 3 hours back to Inaban on Friday. So this is their normal path every week. And when we saw the little schoolhouses standing quiet and alone atop the hillside, a wave of accomplishment swept over us all. It took us 4 hours. Feels good to be here. Welcome to the super small town of Ga'as. As we captured our breath and reclaimed our energy in the shady kubu, the school kids kept looking out the windows and doors at me. As we waited for the class to dismiss, I looked around the school grounds, and it really was true. These kids were lucky to have anything up here. None of the kids had shoes, mostly just sandals and old school uniforms. And education in the province is one of the most important things for these kids. Without it, there's very little chance to escape their lives of extreme poverty. So, let's try to change that. Algonaldo Elementary. We're here at Algonaldo Elementary School. Good job, guys. But it doesn't stop here. You might be wondering where I've been driving. There's so many people in the Philippines that we would love to help. And there's a lot of stories that we didn't tell you about people we helped as well and things that we did, just because of some generous donors who gave us the funding to go help some people. And Joy and I would love to keep doing this. And actually, here we are. I'm going to go meet with someone to talk about starting a nonprofit. See you guys next time.